Hello, my name is Daniel, and I'm going to talk to you about my coming out story in response to the many other coming out stories. So basically, when I was a sophomore in college, the summer of going into my sophomore in college, my sister decided that she wanted to investigate me or my computer or whatever it was, and she happened to come across, I think gay.com was on my history in my computer. So we're driving her back one day from school, and she decides to ask me, Daniel, are you gay? And at the time it was so much easier to respond with a yes or a no versus a yes, I am gay. So I was like, yes, I am. And so then, with that being said, I looked her in the eye, I said, Bronny, do not tell a single person about this yet. I want to tell them. I want them to hear it from me, especially mother, father, and Dominic, my brother. And so she's like, okay, I won't do that. The next day, basically, she comes up to me and goes, okay, I told Dominic, and then I asked her, did you tell mom and dad? She promised me she didn't, but later on in the story, I'm pretty darn sure she did, or at least she hinted at it. So now my brother knows, and he told her that he did not want to hear about it from her, he wanted to hear about it from me. So it was kind of like an ultimatum. I went up to him that night and talked to him about it. He was cool with it also. My brother and my sister were totally fine, totally chill. Then 4 months later, that's how long it took me to tell my mother and father, with my brother and sister probing me, just like, get it over with, do it. It was just so incredibly difficult to do. And I guess it was Thanksgiving break. It was my dad, my mom, and myself were all sitting at Bonefish. It was a restaurant. And as we're about to leave, my mother's like, Daniel, who would you bring on our winter vacation trip? And I'm like, I'm undecided. And this was not the time. By saying undecided, I was not inferring that it was guy or girl. But my mother took the opportunity and she said, oh, as in guy or girl, indicating that yes, my sister probably had hinted to her, she wanted to figure it out. So I was like, we actually need to talk about this. And so at that exact moment, my dad gets up, leaves the table, goes to the bathroom. He hasn't heard a single thing that's gone on. He doesn't realize that that was the moment, prime opportune moment for me to just get it off my chest. So he comes back, we pay the bill, we're leaving. I didn't want to tell my mother before my dad because I've heard that it's best to tell them both at the same time so that you don't have like favoritism or one parent feels left out over the other one. So we're waiting, we're driving in this awkward silence all the way back home. My mother knows what I'm about to talk about, my dad is clueless. I'm just reeling inside in turmoil. We get home and my dad is ready to watch Hidalgo. He wants to watch this movie. He still doesn't know what's going on. My mother's giving him the stink eye like, your son has something to tell you. So I'm sitting on the couch, they're sitting on the opposite chairs, couches across the way. Finally my mom's just breaking the ice and she's like, husband, I think your son has something to tell us. And I'm sitting here so uncomfortable at this point, bright red, just feeling it. And finally, I guess she got the words out for me. She said, I think he wants to tell us that he's interested in men. Is this right, Daniel? And basically, I said yes again. So throughout my entire coming out process, I never had to once say I am gay. It just kind of fell in my lap and I could respond with a yes or a no. And I guess 3 years later now, I'm so much more comfortable doing it. Obviously, I'm putting it on YouTube. So that's my coming out story. And the results of it were totally fine. My mother was a little upset that she thinks her son's gonna have to go through some of the stuff that gay people do have to face in the world, but maybe that will change soon. But overall, my family is very supportive, very loving, and I hope and wish all of you people that are about to come out the best of luck and a good experience.